So the book I'm writing is 50 interviews with successful property managers, and I'm trying to get a cross-section of the United States, so property managers, and I was originally trying to get all 50 states, but I'm not going to quite do that. But I am getting a pretty good cross-section, and then I'm also trying to get a variety of different types of property managers, so residential property managers that focus just on vacation rentals, or associations, and then commercial property management companies. And I'm going to split it into 2 volumes. The first 25 is going to focus just on residential, and then the second volume is going to focus on all of the other different types, and probably a couple more residential property managers as well.
So we're kind of celebrating because Mike just finished his 50 interviews last week.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. He did it in 8 weeks, people.
Wow.
7 weeks, 6 days. But
He's counting. Don,
I was counting. But I did.
And your heart's still beating.
Yeah, but I've only done a couple of edits, so I've got a lot of editing to do. But
you've got all the you've got
all
an
the
amazing amount
content
of
is done.
content complete.
Yeah, and I've got about half of the appendix chapters done as well.
So other than property managers, I think where I'm getting hung up a little bit is about, I don't really know what my perception of a property manager is that somebody who works at a company and manages property. But you're really talking to investors, to people who've taken real estate and made it it's basically their primary mode of income, and they've made very successful livings at it, right? So it's not real estate investors, or do they fall into that too?
Most of the people that I've interviewed actually work for property management companies. Now, there are people that just have their own personal investment property and they just manage it themselves. For example, I do that.
Like yourself.
Yeah, I own a couple of investment properties, but I do all the property management myself. But these are property management companies where typically investors would give the management of their properties to these property management companies, and the property management companies charge them, a percentage fee of the revenue as their.
So it really is a career
Yeah.
model. It's a career resource for people in that field.
Very much so. And in fact, I found it very interesting as I was going through and doing the interviews. I actually learned that there are less than a handful, maybe 4 universities that actually have degree programs now in property management. You can actually get a bachelor's degree in property management, which is really cool because it really shows how the kind of the cottage industry has grown up to being something that really people are taking pretty seriously.
And last question is, what sparked your interest to do 50 property managers of all the different topics out there?
Well, when I left Hewlett-Packard, I started northernColoradoRentals.com, and our primary client is property management companies. And so I was already pretty familiar with that, and so I figured that this would be very complementary to that business and to my consulting business.